China and South Korea were competing fiercely in the shipbuilding sector, crippled Japan in the process. This time, the battle would determine a clear winner. Before a major battle, troops must first be assembled and forces deployed. Starting in 2014, China's two major shipbuilding groups, CSSC and CSIC, began preparing for a merger. The scale of these two entities was incomparable to the 1999 split, which combined assets exceeding $112 billion, making the merger highly complex. By 2019, the merger was officially completed, forming the supergiant China State Shipbuilding Corporation Limited. Meanwhile, upstream and downstream sectors of the shipbuilding industry were also consolidated. In 2015 and 2016, two more groups merged. The headquarters of these three merged giants are all located in Shanghai. Stretching westward, the Yangtze River Delta lies China's most densely concentrated shipbuilding zone. Shipyards line the riverbanks, steel mills stand shoulder to shoulder, and supporting companies are scattered like stars, forming an unprecedented industrial cluster. These clusters also exist in Liaoning in the north and Guangdong in the south. Ultimately, China's shipbuilding industry formed three industrial belts, spanning 4 provinces and 1 municipality, covering upstream, midstream, and downstream sectors. And across the sea, South Korea's Busan and Ulsan Sniper clusters and Japan's Tokyo Bay and Sado Island sea clusters complete the East Asian monstrum of shipbuilding. With forces assembled, the objective of China's second campaign became increasingly clear: to capture market share and seize the final high ground. High value-added ship types. So what's that? Well, high value-added ships like large container vessels, super cruise ships, chemical tankers, and LNG carriers, though fewer in number, command high prices, advanced technologies, and high profit margins. South Korea has been historically dominating sectors like LNG carriers, so how does China break through? Essentially, it requires heavy investment in R&D and talent, no different from China's approach in other high-tech sectors. And in terms of shipbuilding talent, China undoubtedly outnumbers South Korea by an order of magnitude. For example, in the naval architecture and ocean engineering discipline, the top 50 universities worldwide, guess how many are Chinese? 26. The talent pool is rare. Talent doesn't grow on trees, it requires money and incentives. Only after the industry gained financial stability could it expand recruitment, fund R&D projects, support interdisciplinary research, and maintain well-funded institutes capable of nurturing large talent pipelines. After 2010, the shipbuilding industry slumped. Only in recent years it has rebounded, but the whole industry still can't compete with the energy sector in terms of appeal. At Shanghai Jiaotong University, for instance, many students from the naval architecture program have switched to coding or finance. But more have stayed in shipbuilding. In 2023, 32% of Jiaotong graduates choose state-owned enterprises, with CSSC ranking as the top employer. Thus, with its massive talent pipeline, it's only a matter of time before China catches up to South Korea in high-end ship types. For example, a highly specialized component in LNG carriers, the cargo containment system. LNG carriers are the crown jewels of civilian shipbuilding. Until recently, only 4 companies worldwide could build them, 3 in South Korea and 1 in China. But in recent years, 4 more Chinese companies have entered the field, shifting the balance from 3 to 1 to 3 to 5. An LNG carrier is essentially a massive liquefied gas tank, with the biggest challenge being how to store the gas at minus 162 degrees Celsius. The tank holding the gas is called the cargo containment system. Imagine a giant thermos liner, but 10,000 times more complex. For example, our LNG carrier with a typical capacity of 174,000 cubic meters. To put that in perspective, it's equivalent to 330,000 tons of TNT, about 22 Hiroshima atomic bombs. Hence, LNG carriers are nicknamed sleeping hydrogen bombs. A typical LNG carrier route runs from Doha, Qatar, through the tense Persian Gulf, the turbulent Indian Ocean, the crowded Strait of Malacca, and the South China Sea, finally arriving at Kobe, Japan. A 12,000 kilometers journey requiring absolute safety, low leaks, no fires, no explosions. The technical demands of a cargo containment system are staggering. This technology is controlled by a French company called GTT, founded in 1994 by a merger. So, actually GTT has been designing LNG carriers since the 1960s. It currently holds 2 patented systems, NO96 and Mark III, which monopolize 90% of the cargo containment market. Thus, when China and South Korea build LNG carriers, they must hire GTT to design the containment systems. But GDD only provides blueprints and inspection services, no physical components. Shipyards must purchase materials from GDD-approved suppliers, send workers to France for training, and then build the containment systems according to GDD's specifications. Finally, they must pay GDD 5% of the ship's price as a patent fee. An LNG carrier costs about $200 million, so the patent fee is at least $10 million, eating up nearly half the shipyard's profit. Naturally, both China and Korea want to break GDD's monopoly. Korea began focusing on domestic LNG containment technology in 2004. In 2018, Samsung Heavy Industries delivered 2 LNG carriers equipped with its homegrown KC-1 containment system to SK Shipping, another Chaebol-owned company. But from day one, the ships suffered from gas leaks and hull cracks and icing issues, rendering them practically useless. Eventually, SK Shipping sued Samsung Heavy Industries and won $290 million in compensation. Korea's first domestic attempt ended in total failure. In contrast, China's domestic LNG containment efforts started later, but progressed rapidly. Currently, an institute under CSSC is collaborating with Norway on an A-box system for 175,000 cubic meters LNG carriers. China Merchants Heavy Industry delivered 45,000 cubic meter A-box LNG carrier, which has been operational for over 5 years. Meanwhile, Hudong Final Independent Type B containment system is already in use for small and medium LNG carriers, and more to come. Beyond leveraging its talent pool to conquer high-end ship types, does China have unique strategies that Korea can't easily replicate? Yes, it does. The final unique strategy of China, whole chain advancement. So what's that? Whole chain advancement refers to coordinated efforts across the industrial chain to overcome bottlenecks. This strategy first requires identifying a chain leader, typically a large enterprise at the core of the industry. By allocating resources and benefits, the chain leader can precisely support domestic suppliers, boosting local sourcing capabilities. The chain leader model has been successful in many industries, such as rail, and later adopted by state-grade Boeing, Huawei, BYD, and SMIC. In shipbuilding, the chain leader role falls to major players like Hudong Zhonghua. By nurturing upstream suppliers, they can increase localization rates, reduce costs, shorten construction periods, and even innovate in certain areas, winning more market share. One example often cited in reports is Invar steel. At just 0.7 mm thick, Invar steel is a core material in GDD's N096 containment system. It was once exclusively produced by France, now controlled by Indian steel giant ArcelorMittal. To address this, the chain leader of China signed a target responsibility agreement. In the end, 2 of them successfully developed an Invar steel and earned GDD certification. According to official reports, by March of this year, Baowu completed delivery of Invar steel for its first ship, which is expected to launch this year. The chain leaders have cultivated a large number of local suppliers, significantly accelerating LNG carrier construction. By the end of 2023, Hudong Zhonghua had a total construction cycle of just 70 months and 8 days, matching Korea's most advanced levels. In late 2024, the Green Energy Pearl was delivered 8 months ahead of schedule, setting another record. Although Korea still dominates the LNG carrier sector, Chinese manufacturers are rapidly gaining market share, expanding capacity, and catching up or even surpassing in technology. Overtaking Korea within the next 3 to 5 years is inevitable. On a broader scale, among the world's 23 major ship types, China currently leads in 12, ranks second in 6, and competes directly with Korea in the remaining categories. With its talent depth and whole chain advancement, China securing half or more of the remaining market is only a matter of time. In 2024, China's global shares of shipbuilding completions, new orders, and order backlogs were 55.7%, 74.1%, and 63.1%, respectively. Undisputed world leadership in all 3 categories. Of course, China's second campaign in shipbuilding isn't over yet. The battle for high-end ship types continues. A friend in ship design told me that many supply chain components still rely on foreign suppliers. MAN's engines, Siemens systems, Schaeffler's bearings, Triburn design software, etc. Most of the suppliers are European. Moreover, ships operate globally, and sharing some profits with other countries are a good thing. Overall, with its world-leading market share, China has captured the largest slice of global shipbuilding boom post-2020, and it's precisely this lucrative pie that has drawn the envy of Trump administration. So, let's circle back to the question at the beginning. Can the United States bring shipbuilding back home? Follow me for the next discussion.